Visiting Iceland is like visiting another planet, but there are harsh weather conditions and it can be very expensive. Come along with me while I show you how I traveled around Iceland for 9 days while remaining budget friendly. It's 4 p.m. We just started our day because the jet lag really got to us. So now we only have 1 hour of daylight. It is so insanely windy right now. Despite the wind, we kept exploring and headed back to our super cool hostel to get more rest before picking up the camper van the next day. But little did we know, the wind was only giving us a sneak peek of what it had in store for us the next 9 days. What do you do for fun? Like a hobby?
My hobby? Formula 1.
Formula 1? Okay. It's very windy again. This is where we are going to be staying for like the next 9 days. We just finished grocery shopping at Bonus, which is the cheapest grocery store in Iceland. So we are officially on the road now. We didn't want to waste time even though it was super windy, so we immediately drove to Europe's largest volume waterfall. And honestly, it's hard to capture on camera how much of a monster this waterfall is, but it wasn't my favorite waterfall that we saw. A couple of minutes down the road, we checked out where the word geyser was originated, but be warned that because of all of the sulfur, it 100% smells like rotten eggs. Now this spot is fun, because not only does it have a huge waterfall you can stand behind, but if you walk along some slippery rocks, you can find another waterfall hidden inside a cave. This is one of my favorite landmarks throughout the entire country. We are at a local grocery store because China really wanted a fun drink. Oh wow, multiple fun drinks. I didn't have time to make coffee, so I got another collab. I got 2 of these orange sodas. I got a ginger beer, ginger ale. Many people know that Iceland only has a couple of hours of sunlight every day. But what I love is that whenever the sun is out, it's like golden hour, but the entire time. It has this really nice orange that reflects off all the gorgeous nature. For day 4, we are visiting multiple spots, and they're all incredible in their own way. First up are these canyons, and I swear this place has some of the best views I have ever seen. I highly suggest adding this to your Iceland list. Then we headed further east towards the glacier part of the country, but on our way, we came across some silly Icelandic horses. Our last stop of the day before camping was Diamond Beach and Glacier Lagoon, which to be honest was cooler than I thought it would be, but we did notice that the wind was back and very strong, so we were getting a little bit nervous. So they just sent out like an hour ago an orange warning, which is the 2nd level out of 3 in the southeast part of Iceland, and guess what part we're at? So yeah, our campsite for the night was literally at the very corner of the country, and I'm not gonna lie, it was terrifying because our camper van was shaking the entire night, but it was definitely a memorable experience, and that's what travel is all about, in my opinion. So now because of the weather, instead of heading north, we had to pivot and head back west as soon as possible. But to be honest, I was nervous that driving was going to cause the van to tip over. So we visited a nearby black sand beach first before it was time for me to lock in and fight the 60-mile-per-hour winds. We also tried to make one stop before arriving to our next campsite, but literally as soon as we got out the car, China's hat flew off, the door was insanely hard to close, and we couldn't even walk correctly, so we just took the L and arrived to camp early. Okay, we're at our campsite, and the skies are clear, so I really think we can maybe see the aurora tonight. After last year's trip to Alaska, I guess I became a Northern Lights expert because this time the lights danced for hours, glowing so much brighter than we'd ever seen before. In the end, we were actually grateful that the wind forced us to rearrange our plans because it led to an unforgettable night.
So Vatnajökull is the biggest glacier on Iceland. It covers around 9% of it. It's actually the biggest glacier in the whole Europe.
One thing about me is I love doing things for the first time, and whenever I travel, I'm always trying to find experiences that are unique to the area. Which is why climbing a glacier was the only tour that I spent money on, because where else can I climb a freaking glacier? We decided to drive for a couple of hours in the morning so we could relax at hot springs in the northwest mountains that are not super touristy. That way we could save money and see a different part of the country. It was super nice, especially after doing a highly physical activity the day before, and you can even do a cold plunge if you are a brave soul. Go, 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 go! For the night, we camped on a farm and saw the lights again while it was snowing. Very Icelandic. For our last day, we made a quick stop to watch some sea lions sunbathing, and then we went to a waterfall that I guess is not super well known because we got the entire place to ourselves. Okay guys, our mission right now is to get to the bottom of this waterfall, but it's really cold and windy, so we're just gonna run, I think. I was so sad to leave Iceland. It's truly a gorgeous place, and I will 100% be returning because there's so much more I did not get to see. But my one last tip is to book your flights overnight. Not only do you save money, but you might be able to see the lights through your window. Keep it going, in it, low, 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 yeah, low, low, low.